Hi, it's Dave, and I wanted to do a video today on using the new Ozone 10 on strings. Um, I kind of find I have trouble with strings sounding muddy, getting funny resonances that stand out and just sound off, and that you can try and sort of get rid of them with EQ, but it always seems to end up taking away a lot of the feel from the strings. So I've got this piece of music I've been working on using Spitfire Audio's Appassionata strings, which sound lovely. And I'll just talk a bit while this is playing because this is kind of quite intro stuff. But despite this library being stunning, beautiful sound, I find that when I have a lot of tracks come in, you get this kind of you can get this kind of build up of funny frequencies and some sort of ringing notes and things, and it sounds lovely, but I just want to see what Ozone 10 can do to help me out of this pickle. Okay, I'm going to add in the Ozone on here, do Ozone 10 on here. And I'm going to, yep. I'm going to take it to the louder part, and then do the Monster Assistant. And we get the fancy graphics that are beautiful as well. And then it's probably going to get a lot louder. Just warn you of that before I turn it down. I'm going to do the gain match on somebody's recommendation. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I never even thought to do that. So now we get to hear what it's done. So I'm going to bypass, well actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the maximizer down, because they always go really hard on the maximizer, and I don't know why. It doesn't need to go that hard. I think it sounds a bit artificial when you hammer it that hard. So anyway, let's bypass it and see what the difference is. Oh, you see, you hear that open up? You don't notice it until you take it away and put it back on again. But the sound closes right in. It sounds so dull now. Now, I suspect, as it was in the last video, the stabilizer, this new stabilizer module, is doing the bulk of the work here. It's doing some, for sure. What else is doing it then? Dynamic. Let's just go back to here. Actually, I'm going to put that on a loop. So there's a little bit happening all over, but I'd say that stabilizer's doing a fair bit. You take that off and it sounds really dull again. And that just opens it up. So, oh, it's interesting. Let's put it down as R&B and soul for this. Let's have a listen to what it's taking out. Also, all the phasing, and you hear that. Those funny frequencies that just make it sound off, and a bit of the bassy boominess. Let's see if I do more of this, take it right up. That's nice, getting rid of that. See, that just sounds beautiful. It sounds so good. And now if I take it off, ugh, can't believe I was dealing with that before. So that stabilizer, that's really, it's maybe a little bit too much now. I want to take it down a bit, but it's adding quite a lot of high onto there. But it's just really bringing out. You can hear the bow and the strings. It's just bringing out that beautiful tone and getting rid of that ugliness that's in there. Which you can hear funny frequencies, it's just really great at getting rid of them. Those kind of phasing noises and the funny frequencies that are not very pleasing on the ear. It's really good. Again, I'm not hearing a lot from the impact. It doesn't look like it's doing an awful lot. I can see something going on here. If I turn these up, is it doing... So this is for the microdynamics. I was reading a bit about this to try and understand it a bit more. So you push these up and it you push these up and it expands them. You pull them down, it compresses them. The microdynamics. I haven't in this kind of music where it's long, sort of legato and quiet. I haven't found that the impact module does an awful lot for me yet. This one again, it's pulling down the stereo width. Really interesting. Here it is slightly pulling it into the center. Just slightly. The dynamic EQ again, this is just... It seems to be pulling out, like this is an area that will sound kind of boxy. These ones might be a little bit resonant here and there, and it's just pulling them back down again, just slightly. You see how it's only moving a little bit. It's only touching on it. You see the threshold there? If it goes above that line, that's when it will start pulling that down. It's not really bothering it very much. It's only if it really gets loud that it's going to do that. And then, yeah, the maximizer, I pulled that down a bit because I just feel like if you do this like they did, it just pushes it too hard. You lose a bit of the natural sound. I've got the gain match on now, so it's taking a bit down, but that would have made it a lot louder. And the equalizer, again, it's done a big dramatic sweep, but it's only down at 50%. If I put this all the way up, it would get tinny, too harsh. If I took it all the way off, you get that washy, boxy sound back in. So I think 50 is about right. So yeah, I really love what Ozone 10 is doing to this, and it's this stabilizer that seems to be responsible for it. I love that it's just cutting out these harsh notes. And of course, like, well, when this loop goes back to the beginning here, I'll bypass it again. You can just hear that difference. Of course, you know, if you found that that was too much for you, you could take that down, or you could even reduce the mix here if you wanted to just have a bit of the original signal back in. But I'm okay with this. I like it. Still very interested. It's picking this up as R&B and soul, but I'm happy with the result. It sounds really good. So yes, there you go. Very happy with what Ozone is doing to these sounds. And as I think I might have said on the other video, but I find when I look up videos about this particular range of software, whether it's Ozone 9 or 10 or whatever, it's usually music with beats, and it's usually kind of got heavy bass, and which I don't mind at all. I've worked on that kind of stuff, but I tend to work on more orchestral things now, and I don't see a lot of tutorials or reviews that show you sort of what it does when you're working with strings or working with, you know, mellow, cinematic or piano music. So that's why I've started doing these ones. Let me know what you think, if it's been useful to you, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.